Hello friends! So it's currently just about the end of magic hour here in sunny New York State, soon to be a little less sunny New York State. And it's Sunday right now, not Monday, but I had to do my filming a little bit earlier, or some of it anyway, my 7 favorite places filming. Because since I've grown up around my house and not in Auburn or anywhere more exciting than my yard, well, my 7 favorite places are bound to be around my home. So, in order to catch these for you, I have to film them today because I'll be at work all day tomorrow. And if I film them by the time I get home, it'll be dark, which won't be too good for filming outdoors. So here I am in my yard. I'm currently sitting on my displaced swing set thing. Maybe I can show it to you. There's no swings on it right now. Those hooks are where they used to be. And that's it. It's not one of my 7 favorite places in particular, but it is something I grew up with, which might be interesting. But behind it is one of my 7 favorite places. It's my pond, which is quite lovely. You might have seen it when I panned over. And there it is in all of its shimmering, wet glory. I'll show you it from a better angle later. I just thought sitting here would be a good place to start out. So right now we'll get started, and I'm going to show you my 7 favorite places around my yard. So here's the first of the 7 favorite places, which is, it's not my pond itself, but it's right next to the pond. It is the bonfire pit. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, there it is. It's just a pile of, sticks, really. Not much to look at right now, but when we have a party or something, it will be aglow. Place number 2, the dock. This is a little bit closer to the pond. It's one of my favorite places because I really like coming out, sitting here, and being more intimate with the pond and all of the pond life, the birds. Got a great view from here. But I will show you the pond because the best view of it is from the dock. See how much you can see. That right there is the island in the middle of the pond. It's quite lovely. Been out to it a couple times. A few times we canoed there, and once Alicia and I, was it Alicia? I don't remember. One of my friends and I were actually able to walk out to it because the pond dried up so much that we could walk across. I lost one of my flip-flops though. It was not a good idea to walk across in flip-flops. So this is the pond. It's very lovely. I like it. You can see those trees right there are apple trees. We have a dwarf, well, it's not, I guess it's a half dwarf or something, apple orchard. A bunch of different kinds of apples. Apparently this last year we had quite a good crop of them, but I was at college and they produced, the harvest was right between my breaks, so I didn't actually get to eat any of them, unfortunately, but apparently they were really good. And below them, you probably can't see it too well, but we have a few grapevines there too, a few different kinds of those. We have quite a few berries and yummy, luscious things around the yard. Oh, you can also see the barn there. Right below it is, with all those stakes, that's our garden. So I know I already showed you the apple orchard when I was on the dock, but this is one of my favorite places. I loved it when I was a kid because these apple trees are the perfect size for a young child to climb. They have perfectly positioned branches, and that's nice and low crotches of trees and stuff. I found a few of them to be challenging, but I had favorite trees and everything. Here's a good one right here. See? Wonderful climbing branches for a young kid. Right now it's getting a little bit darker because I am walking through the area where we have a bunch of pine trees. I think they're for wind protection or something, but they end up just being really pretty. It smells so nice back here, so I love walking back here, but Not at night or evening like right now, because it gets ridiculously buggy. Keep getting bugs landing on the... everywhere. Yeah. But I do like being back here with all the pine trees. It kind of feels like being in the forest. It reminds me of being at my grandparents' camp that they used to have in the Adirondacks. Oh, birds. Huh, must have scared them away. There's a nice place I'm right walking up to it. I'll turn the camera around to show you in a sec. It's a great place to sit down. It's not too pine needly, not too pine coney. And it's a nice grassy area, and kind of sit down and look up at all the pine trees and smell them and everything. It's perfect. Right in here. And it doesn't look like much, but it's a more clear area. Back where the other pine trees are, it's a bit too thick to sit down. So, and the ground's kind of uncomfortable because of all the pine cones. But, yeah, back the way I just showed you at first, that's a good place to sit down and enjoy the pine trees. I like that. What I'm about to show you is one of my all-time favorite places from around our yard. It's not going to look too exciting right now, and I'll explain why, but it's the right at the edge of our property, right along the ditch, where you see all those low, weedy shrub things. We used to have a bunch of black caps growing there. Well, we called them black caps. That's what I grew up calling them, but apparently there's really no such thing as black caps, and what they are is a kind of a black raspberry, apparently. But, yeah, they used to grow there, and I would come down every year and pick them. They're the best tasting things. They're tiny, they're sweet, and they have the most distinctive flavor. It's so strong and it's wonderful. Dad very recently lawn mowed them all down, and they're gone now. But I really liked them when we had them, and they're wonderful. So, yeah, I'm going to count that as one of my favorite places. Right where I'm sitting right now is a part on this little hill thing right between my house and the road. It's behind a bush, so you can't see me from our house right now. You have to come around the bush in order to see me. So it's kind of isolated in that way. I'm facing the road, but nobody ever comes down this road, so it's kind of isolated in that way too. And get a great view from here. The times I like to sit here are particularly after I've gone for a walk. That's one way down the road. And then we have this way. Okay, so this is, I think, my 7th favorite place. You can't see what I'm sitting on right now, but it's a hammock. And we've had several different hammocks set up here over the years as they've worn out. And this one's not particularly one of my favorites, but it's a hammock, and I like hammocks. That's the hammock. In conclusion, that's my lovely, lovely yard, and all of you out-of-staters are perfectly welcome to come and visit it, as well as my house, and me and Miranda and Sarah, of course, anytime you want to. It's a particularly nice place in the summer, and of course there's Auburn in all of its attractions. The point is, you must come visit, because you should. You should, for the places, for the things to do, and for the people. Goodness sakes, I think we're worth coming to see. So, Victoria, Francis, I'm talking to you. Come visit.